Yo, what's up trainers, and welcome back to a new video. And in today's video we're gonna be diving back into the Spring Cup, where only the water types, grass types, and the fairy types Pokemons are allowed. And I'm gonna be using a strategy which you have seen before on the channel. If you are new, make sure to check that video out as well. And without further ado, let's hop into this first match. And the strategy behind this video is double tree. And if you don't know what I mean with double tree, I mean shift 3 is gonna clutch up so many games in this video. Where here we start off with a very bad lead, where we have the Lantern into the Tentacruel. We save swap into our Trevenant, and they respawn, and they actually gonna shield, so that's kind of like nice, because at this point I don't really care anymore. I'm gonna let go my Trevenant, and then just gonna farm down with my Tentacruel, wait out my timer a bit, and afterwards I'm just gonna come in and make sure that we get the farm down. All the moves they are gonna throw are going to be, or except for the energy ball of course, but besides that we can take any. They're gonna go for the energy ball, does kind of a respectable amount of damage, if I would say so myself. And now we're gonna swap in, and what do they have in the back? I'm expecting a grass type as well, and they have a Trevenant. And if it wasn't over already, it will be soon, because there's just nothing they can do. They're absolutely core broken by another grass type in the back, and especially shift 3, because we delete the Trevenant, and now we were about to delete the Lantern as well. Alrighty, next game. We got a Trevenant on the lead this time, and the way I like to play this is basically shield up, throw an acid spray, and then just hoping to farm them all the way down. But in general, after you have thrown your acid spray, and that's also why I like to go for it, they swap out. So here they actually swap out into their flyer. I think it was a Pelipper, I'm not too sure. But at this point I'm already aware of the fact that they are probably running another, well, a Pelipper in the back, because it's a Mantine. So yeah, that's something you have to keep in mind. I think there are a lot of ABB lines in this meta, so you can basically predict by forehand what your opponent is running, the other trainer. So I know there's a Pelipper in the back at this point, and I'm just gonna swap in at this point, making sure that they cannot reach another Ice Beam. They can only go for a Bubble Beam, and we will leave with a lot of energy in where we can threaten whatever is gonna come back in. We can one-shot their Trevenant, or we can do a lot of damage with the Shadow Ball. Now here I'm actually gonna go for the bait, hoping that they will shield, so that we will reach another Shadow Ball if I'm right. Let's see, IVs matter at this point, so let's see. They're gonna go for a Weather Ball. I know we can survive. Do we survive a Wing Attack? Yes we do, and that's perfect. And at this point, if they don't shield this one, and if they do, it doesn't really matter anymore, because they're almost dead here. Trevenant is going to be aligned against our shift 3, and that's going to be a GG, very well played, because we even get the catch. So now, if it wasn't over already, if we got the Shadow Ball or a Seed Bomb even better. Yeah, the game is over, and we can just farm them all the way down. We don't have to, because yeah, we don't have to. Here I'm just gonna go for a Leaf Blade straight away, knocking them out. And look at the Snarl damage, it's insane. It does so much damage, which is it's not a fast move that does a lot of damage in general, right? Because shift 3 is so attack weighted, it actually adds up and hurts a bit. So here in the mirror, I'm already thinking that they are running exactly the same team as I'm doing, but then with the Ferrothorn, because it's a very common line. So what I like to do here is just go for the acid spray, and then in general, as you can see here, your opponent is going to swap out, making sure that they have a lot of stored energy, and then whatever is going to come back in later on, they can use it for. But we have a very hard counter for the Trevenant. As you can see, we can take a Shadow Ball, even though it does so much damage. And we can go for the foul play. Later in this video you will see that I'm also gonna try out a different technique in this mid-game matchup, where I'm gonna go for a Leaf Blade on the Trevenant just to see how it goes. Sometimes if you are wondering if what is the better call, just go for it. If you lose, you learn, right? So yeah, don't hesitate in your gameplay by not going for a certain move in a certain situation, because it can help you improve your gameplay later on, right? So here actually they're gonna go for the Sludge Wave, which is fine. So now I'm expecting they are probably running the noob moves only, so Scald as well. Yeah, and as you can see, they're gonna go for a Scald, which is fine. We can take those. And at this point, whatever's going to be in the back, I think my Trevenant with 2-1 shield is going to win that. But they actually are running a Tropius. And as you can see, the air slash is adding up so much that I don't think I can make it here. Reaching either 2 Shadow Balls and knocking them out. Or being able to secure like a lot of HP. Where then I can throw a move against their Tentacruel, but their Tentacruel is still quite healthy, right? So I'm not too sure on winning this one, unfortunately. But it doesn't matter too much, right? Because sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and it's better to learn from your game instead of having a bad time because you lost and thinking over and over again about your loss. But as you can see, there was not a lot we could do because they had the answers in the back. So yeah, that's going to be a GG. Very well played. Alrighty, swipe. Next game. We've got a Tentacruel versus a Trevenant. So you know how we play this mid-game matchup. Or mid-game matchup, this first matchup I should say. We're gonna go for an acid spray, hoping to then lure out whatever's going to be in the back. And then see if we can respawn with our backline. And they're actually gonna throw. So here I'm gonna shoot up. Because I don't want to get hit by a Shadow Ball, and they actually went for the bait. So that's kind of like devastating for us. Because now at the CMP tie, they will reach. But my counting was kind of like off. I wasn't really paying too much attention, to be honest. And they went for another Seed Bomb. And now we also got into the CMP tie, which means that our energy is basically going to waste. And now we're down 2-0 shields. And let's see how we can play this game out still. Because at this point, there's not a lot we can do. And I'm thinking that we're going to lose this game. So here I'm just gonna go for the move. Let's see. Oh no, I'm trying to catch a brutal swing, as you can see, and here my opponent makes a huge mistake. The mistake they are making is that they throw on a CMP. We win because we have a higher attack stat. We're gonna go for the move, and at this point they're already in the red, and we still have a full health Trevenant and a lot of energy on our Tentacruel. So I'm gonna come in with my Trevenant here, and they have a Mewtwo on the back. I was expecting this as well, to be honest. So here we have to go for the bait. They need to use a shield because otherwise we will lose. But they use a shield, so that's very nice for us. And now we can reach a Shadow Ball. And as you can see, my timer is also coming up. We have a Scald stored and ready to go. And now can we swap? We're gonna click on our move and we get it. That's a beautiful snipe, and that's going to seal the deal for us. It's going to be a GG, very well played. We were down 2 shields and we were still able to manage it because I think we have enough HP remaining on our Trevenant to secure this win anyways. As you can see, one Fairy Wind doesn't KO, and we do KO with the Shadow Claw. So that's going to be a GG's, very well played. Alrighty, Slowbro. I know they have confusion. Straight away I'm gonna swap because that's like a very spicy pick and counter to the Tentacruel, so they had the perfect alignment. Here I'm actually gonna bait. I'm only gonna reach one move, so it's kind of like the way you wanna play it. If you go for the Shadow Ball, you either guarantee switch or damage, but in this case you guarantee, or you don't guarantee, but you guarantee damage by throwing or being able to throw the Seed Bomb instead of guaranteeing a KO. But we got a shield, so this is basically the best thing you could do, because otherwise you would do less damage, I think, in total. Here we can just farm them all the way down. We can take all the energy they're gonna throw, because all the moves they Mewtwo has are gonna be resisted on the Tentacruel, so it's a really nice farm down opportunity for us. That's also what the team is about, making sure that you have a lot of energy as well coming out of the mid game. And here we're gonna swap straight into our Shift 3, and what do they have in the back? Their own Shift 3, and that's going to be a GG, I think, because we have the shield advantage and there's just nothing they can do, right? Now it's not over yet, I'm thinking, but let's see if we can still manage to take this one home. I'm gonna shield up here just to make sure that we preserve all the HP we need on our Shift 3, and we actually lose CP Tire, which is unfortunate. I could take a Leaf Blade, but I don't want to get hit by all the resisted damage, because Shift 3 is very frail. They have a Shadow one as well, and that's still going to hurt. So yeah, here we're gonna do one Snarl, throw our Leaf Blade straight away, and then we're gonna, I think, throw 2 more Snarls, and then we need to catch, I think, otherwise we will lose the game. And here, as you can see, I'm not thinking, I'm stopped attacking, and then we click, on the swap, and we get it perfectly. They know it's over by now. They don't even throw their move. I'm gonna throw my move, but they top left it, as you can see. So that's a very nice catch by us. It's also a learning moment maybe for you trainers as well, where if you know that your opponent is about to reach, you cannot swap out in the middle of your fast move animation, so it needs to be at the end of your fast move, meaning that we had to stop attacking there, being able to click on our other Pokemon to swap out and catch the move. So I hope that makes sense for you. If not, let me know. I can maybe help you in the comments down below. Also, if you like this content so far, make sure to spread the word, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. It would help me out a lot because it helps recommending my video to other trainers and yeah, basically helping me grow the channel where you can be a part of. So thank you for that. So here we got the Lantern save swap, if I'm not mistaken, which is not a good save swap in my opinion, because as you can see, we can just hard lock it down. I'm expecting a Pelipper. Just a quick reminder of what I said earlier. There are so many ABB lines in this meta, so yeah, you can just basically think of whatever water strong Pokemon is there left. It's probably a Pelipper. We go for the bait. They call the bait, which is kind of like a good play by them. And now we still reach a Shadow Ball, and they're just gonna let this go, so I'm fine, okay. And at this point, it's the two shield scenario where there's nothing they can do. We can just go for the Acid Spray and then Poison Jab them all the way down, because yeah, we have the shields. If they go for a Hurricane, we will survive. It doesn't matter. Look at this. They're already like 60% of their HP is gone just by one Acid Spray and Poison Jab damage. So actually, we didn't even throw a really hard hitting charge move, right? So that's kind of like insane. We go for another Acid Spray. We're gonna come in with our Shift 3. Look at the Snarl damage. Snarl is such a it's not a hard hitting fast move, right? And it did so much damage. We don't have to shield here. It's only a Weather Ball, and now we can just yeah, tap, shield up this move because the Snarl will KO the opponent's Abomasnow, and as you can see, we get the win. So yeah, another nice win, I would say. GG is very well played, and on to the next. We got the Tentacruel Mirror. As you might have seen already, the way I like to play this, because I'm already expecting them to have almost like the same team as I have, is to throw the Acid Spray, basically making them to either go out or do the same thing. They go out. In general, all the trainers I faced today, after I went for the Acid Spray, they immediately build out to their switch, and yeah, we got the hard answer for it in Shift 3. Here, as you can see, I went for the Leaf Blade instead, just to try it out, how to see how the mid-game matchup would go in this scenario. I would definitely recommend you to build up either two foul plays or one Snarl before two foul plays, and then throw your move, because yeah, you will leave with more energy. As you can see right now, we will only reach a foul play or a Leaf Blade, I was gonna say, because I was expecting them to come back in with the Tentacruel, but they actually decided to come in with their Venusaur, and that's going to be fine. I don't really care. And as you can see, double grass again, right? I told you. But yeah, we can. I'm gonna shield up this move because we can. The Sludge Bomb is probably the hardest hitting move left over in the game. So I'm just gonna go for a Seed Bomb now, making sure that the HP of their Tentacruel is going to be lower than mine. They're gonna shield up this move. They're gonna throw their move. I don't care, even though it's going to be a Scald, because that's probably the hardest hitting move from them now. It's only a Acid Spray, and we can just swap out, clear the debuff, and make sure that this matchup is going to be yeah, kind of like a boring one, right? Because the only goal I really have at this point is making sure that their Tentacruel is going to get as low as possible, and yeah, that's basically all I have to do, because there's nothing they can do with their Venusaur, right? Because we can just farm them all the way down with our Shadow Claw damage against their Fine Whip damage, which doesn't do anything. Here we even get to another Acid Spray on their Venusaur, and that's going to seal the deal if it wasn't already sealed, because look, 3 Shadow Claws, they're gone. We got some energy. They're almost deleted, and yeah, they're gonna top left. So GG's, very well played. Alrighty, next game, we got the Trevenant on the lead. So yeah, we're gonna play it out the same way, but this time actually my opponent is going to save swap into their Seeking. So I'm expecting another water type in the back. I don't know yet what it is, but I'm expecting another water type because they immediately save swap, right? Actually, I don't have the greatest response to a Seeking, so I'm just going to take one move, leave with a lot of energy. Here, kind of like could have maybe thrown it straight away, making sure that we wouldn't, or that they wouldn't be able to reach a Icy Wind, right? But it doesn't matter too much because now I can overfarm a lot. Make sure that I throw one move before they reach, because otherwise if they want to shield, I can immediately throw again and they have to double shield. Here I'm gonna go for the bait, and they basically have to shield. If they don't shield, they're an absolute maniac. But they shield, right? Because if you get hit by the Shadow Ball, even though our attack was lower, they're still gonna get boomed out of the sky. We don't reach another one, and I'm just gonna go for another Seed Bomb, making sure that we get some chip damage off. And at this point, I came in with my Tentacruel. I don't know why. I think I should have went in with my Shiftry at this point. But as you can see right now, we still have an energy lead. They have a Shadow one as well. We throw on CMP tie, perfect timing. And now we can fire off these Leaf Blades, making sure that we also leave with a lot of energy. They use their final shield, bit of a glitch, animation glitch. And now we're going to use our shield as well. And the only thing we have to do here is overfarm a bit. I'm going to throw here because I think they would have outpaced me on their next Icicle Spear if I went for another Snarl. Here we throw it, we delete them straight away. We go for another Leaf Blade. I even could have reached the Foul Play, but I was not too sure on my cycle. And I knew that a Leaf Blade at this range would KO as well. So that's just showing how strong Shiftry can be. It just took out 2 Pokemon. And yeah, it's a really strong pick and closer as well. Alrighty, here they're going to save swap into a Ferrothorn. So what do you think is going to be in the back? My guess is going to be another Trevenant. Not too sure, but I'm thinking that's going to be. And if that's the case, then Shiftry can basically clean up their whole backline, right? Also, I went for the Shadow Ball straight away before that they would reach a Flash Cannon, making sure that they have to shield first if they want to. But here I'm gonna farm them all the way down, but we don't reach because I knew they were gonna reach another Flash Cannon and I didn't want to get hit by it. So I'm gonna throw my Seed Bomb on perfect timing. They make a mistake because they get taken out, because even though if your shield is gonna do 1 HP of damage, they only had 1 HP left, so that was a shield waste. Yeah, just a bad play by them. And even at this scenario, they come in with their Trevenant, which I expected, right? They have to shield again because we were at a Shadow Ball, and I'm just gonna spam out these Seed Bombs, getting them as low as possible, right? At this point, there's no strategy really, just making sure that you get them low. And yeah, we can come in with the Shiftry. At this point, I can shield, but I don't want to because the Icicle Spear, of course, is going to do more or taking us out. Actually, the Shadow Ball damage did so much as well. But yeah, we still have a kind of like a very healthy Tentacruel in the back. As you can see, we can Poison Jab them down if we don't reach, but Shiftry reaches again and clutches this for us again. So taking out another Trevenant and Walrein, and get deleted, as we would love to say. Alrighty, next game. If you enjoyed it so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot if you're new to the channel. Another mirror match. So again, I'm thinking double grass in the back. So we know how to play this lead or first game out. We're just gonna go for the Acid Spray, allowing us to get the debuff or get the debuff on them, and making sure that they have to swap out if they want to preserve their energy, which they are doing again. As you can see here, they're gonna swap into their Trevenant, and I'm expecting to have a Ferrothorn in the back right now. So we can go for another foul play at this point. And let's see, what do they have, or what are they gonna bring in. And now, as you can see, this is how you should play it, because we leave with another foul play straight away. They come in with the Tentacruel. The Trevenant obviously takes only neutral damage because of the Ghost resist poison. Dark doesn't, so we take super effective damage from the poison typing because we are a grass type, right? So yeah, that's something in the end or in the mid game where you will always leave with just a slither of HP, and if you leave with a move loaded, you will be able to hit them with it, and if you don't, you might get taken out by the poison jab damage before reaching, if that makes sense. So here again, they can throw all their energy. I don't really care. I'm just expecting that I'm gonna go for a Scald as well, and they actually have an Abomasnow. So I was kind of like right but wrong at the same time. It was a grass type, but not a Ferrothorn. So yeah, here I'm just gonna go for an acid spray and just do as much damage as I can with my poison jab. They're already like 70% gone of their HP, and at this point I can even let this go. This is not lethal at this range, but the only thing I really need to do here is just Shadow Claw down. I'm not gonna throw any move, I'm just gonna Shadow Claw them down, and that's going to be a GG as well. Alrighty. And that's actually the last battle. So hope you guys enjoyed this or trainers I should say, this 9-1 run. It was the last battle of my day, or last sets of my day, in which I kind of like went positive. And hoping to maybe do that as well tomorrow. And hope you trainers enjoyed this video, and I will see you trainers in the next video. Peace.